Hello, my darlings, and welcome. Hope everybody can hear and see me. I think we're live. Welcome to my live stream for making a shrine to the Greek god Ares. Here's the little statue that we are going to use. I appreciate everybody who's tuning in today, and I apologize for missing our February live stream where I was supposed to make this shrine. And I ended up being sick and had to postpone it to this month. So here we are finally doing it. Actually, I think I can remove this piece of paper. Well, I guess I'll leave it. So I started out with a red background, and then I went ahead in with a little bit of burgundy to kind of make my blood red look a little deeper and a little bit more like a battlefield. Because Ares being the god of courage and war, he needs a little bit of battlefield love. Hello to Esbrook. Welcome, welcome. And then I also painted this little guy, which is going to be my topper. Gave it a little bit of a little burgundy edging. Just kind of scrubbed in the color there. Alyssa, welcome. Thank you so much. This is my, oh gosh, this is the Mooncat nail polish, but I don't remember the name of this one. I actually put a darker one on underneath, and then I put this color over it, so it's a combination of two. Oh, I forgot to plug in my glue gun, so I'm going to do that now. So I decided to go with two birds. Oh, bonking the microphone here. I decided to go with two birds as my decorations on the sides of the shrine. So these are my little items to look at to try and draw these guys. This is an eagle owl, and this is a griffin vulture. So these are native to Greece, and they're sacred animals to Ares. Mostly because they both, one presaged death or war. Both of them are birds of ill omen. Ares was not the most beloved deity. And then this, of course, the vulture is associated with picking over the bodies on the battlefield. Alyssa says, I love Mooncat. Let me find out what the polish I'm wearing is. Let's see, I started out with this one. It's called Blood Moon. And then I decided to add a little bit more shiny to it, and so I went over it with something called Heart of Stone. So those are the two, and that's what they make when they are together. Not sponsored. Maybe I should contact Mooncat and see if they'll sponsor me. Anyway, so these guys are going to be on each side of the shrine. Okay, there's our owl. And Kadinkadoodle's here, and they say, "Hi all, I'll be back as soon as I can, but I just want to make sure I said hi to you all." Hello, hello. So there is our owl. At least that's the outline of our owl. Now trying to put a buzzard on here is going to make it slightly a little bit more difficult because he has a wider body. So I'm going to have to make him kind of narrow. I don't know about that. Maybe his head needs to be a little bit more in the middle. Let's give that a try. Let's see if I can. Might have to put a little more red paint on that. There we go. Got his head in the middle now. There's our little buzzard. I don't know. I think he looks okay. Let's see if we can make it something good. So I'm not sure about the interior. One of the things that I wanted to try and do, I'm not sure if I can do. I was thinking about putting him in front and then putting a, let me see here. Here's an example of kind of what I was thinking. So here's Aries on his chariot with his 4 fire-breathing horses. And I thought maybe I could put this chariot in the background. So I made that same piece of art like really tiny so I could kind of see what it looks like back here. But I'm not sure if this is the best way to go. Having this chariot in the background, because I'm not sure that I can draw it. Red Lorraine is here. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that you're feeling sick today. The other thing I wanted to do was at the top was either put this, which might be a little large now that I see it, or maybe I like this one as his shield. And then I have these little guys. They're like arrows, but they're arrows, but they kind of like evoke the idea of a shield or at least warfare. So it could either be like this with the shields, and then maybe 2 arrows on either side. Or let's see. Is that too much? That gives you the idea. Let's zoom in a little bit. Could also, you know, the arrows could be, I don't know, they could be on the sides instead. Not sure. Let me know in the chat if you guys have an opinion on that. Let's see if I can't cut off that. There we go. Now we have a shield. It's funny, the metal gets really hot when you put hot glue on it. You can't hold it for too long. There we go, we got our shield on there. Asbrock says, I like the arrows framing the shield. Like maybe just kind of pointing up to it. Kind of like that. Looks good to me. And I have a bunch more arrows that we can put. We could put this in the background as well instead of the horses. That might be the way to go. Not sure about these horses. Getting it on my fingers. Okay. Too many spider webs already on my fingers. You kind of only get one shot at setting it down correctly. There we go. Yeet. Oh, that looks good. What if instead of the horses, I did kind of a golden shimmer around him and then put arrows outward? Could do that. Let's zoom out a little bit. That might be really fun, actually. Like, imagine him kind of glowing a little bit with a golden glow, because a lot of like Virgil and Hesiod, a lot of the historical authors of the time always kind of described him as golden and glowing, or his armor or his shield. Oh, I'm starting to like this. Ooh, I kind of like that. Oh, very nice, actually. Gonna pull this. Pull this paper off. And we're gonna put this right like that. I keep dropping this. Thumbs for the glow up. Let's see. Put it like, I think up like that. I think that's the answer. So for any of you who were at my last live stream, my planning live stream, I was talking about how excited I was to be going to Disneyland on Friday, coming up Friday, because I finally, after months and months, got a reservation at a fancy restaurant there that I haven't been to in years and years, because you could just never find an open reservation. I try all the time, but... And it's finally happening on Friday. Super excited. Auspicious Hermetics, hello and welcome. I've kind of jiggled them, but yeah, I'm digging this. I'm gonna put a golden glow first, and then I'm gonna put these back down. I'm going to, you know what I should do is paint the glow, and while it's drying, then I can do the birds on the side. So many pieces of glue. There we go. Okay, so that's good. We'll pull this paper off at the end. So we'll move all these for now. We'll move our statue for now. And let's get our gold that we like. And a dry brush. This brush looks like I may have murderized it. You know what? I think I'm going to cut it into a blunt brush and then use it as a dry brush. I try to wash my brushes after every live stream, but it doesn't always happen. If I get distracted, okay. This one has been sacrificed to the art gods. Gonna zoom out just a little bit more. Okay, come on, paint. Got to give it a really good shake, apparently. There we go. Have some actual gold in our gold. Oh, yeah. So where is he going to be? He's going to be here. So that will be the top of his head and the outer edges. All right, it has been marked. That looks really shiny. Maybe I should mute that back down just a little bit. Let's see what the statue looks like. It looks muted in some angles, but then in some angles it looks really bright. Should I mute that back down? A worthy sacrifice. Red Lorraine says, I love that deep red. Of course you do. You guys let me know if I should mute this. I can put a little burgundy, or I can just leave it. What do you guys think? PJ Huskins, welcome, welcome. They say get to the airport early if you're flying to Florida. TSA wait lines are 2 to 3 hours in some places. What's going on? Is it weather, or is it spring break, or what's going on? Man, that's such a cool paint. I wonder if I should, if anybody has opinions, throw them out there. Could do like a burgundy with red. Commute it with something like that. A little bit. Do you guys think it looks okay without being? DHS not being, oh, that's right. I forgot about that. TSA workers will do their work for about 2 weeks, right? And then they start calling in sick. Oh, S. Brock, I just saw that you said I don't think it needs any muting, and here I am. I'm sorry, I missed your comment there. Well, I muted. Just wanted a little red. DHS not being funded. TSA workers are calling out sick. I mean, it's been weeks, right? So at some point you have to say, guess what? I'm not getting paid and I gotta go do DoorDash for a minute. Gotta make that mortgage, baby. Yeah, it's supposed to be him and his armor glowing. Let's see if that will work. See, I like that. I like that. This just screams like I'm at war and I'm angry and war. Bloody war. Now, this is our final. I like it. It does look better. Good call. Oh, good, because I felt bad that I missed your comment. I would usually just like to take, I usually do whatever chat says. Okay, there we go. All right, so once this dries, then we will put our arrows in. I think it looks pretty cool. PJ says, we support our TSA workers, and Ann S. Brock and Alyssa all agree it is a thankless job. Inca says, hi Amy, I have a question for you. Where is your camera? I think my camera will offer the same view when I begin doing my videos. Oh, hey, there's a video on my channel from, gosh, maybe 2 or 3 years ago that says it's like a day in the life. Oh, this sounds like it's totally dry. Oh no. Well, it's okay. And in that, I actually have like a panning shot of my the way I've put the camera over my desk and how I set up the lights to either side of it, and where the microphone is and all that. This is a little dry, but I think it's still okay. Just gonna tap in some color to start. Let's get our basics down. This is mostly going to be dark brown, so I'm just putting the light behind it, and then we'll color over this. Mostly this will be dark brown. I'll show you the picture again that I'm kind of going off of, so you can kind of see where the lights and darks are. There we go. I'm going to use my fan to dry it a little bit. Hello to Jetty Jana. Welcome, welcome. Did I miss anybody else? PJ says, I learned so much watching your videos. Oh, thank you so much. Always happy to hear that. Okay. Okay, some darker brown colors. We've got some, what is this? Burnt umber. This is much better. my microphone. You keep bonking it with my paintbrush. I think I'm going to get this filled in, and then I'm going to go in with some paint pens to do a little bit more detail. Just want to get the basics in here with the acrylic. All right, we got at least some things painted in. It's starting to look like an owl. I think the more layers you paint in, the more it looks like feathers, actually. They have the surprised look of like raised eyebrows, I think. Okay, we got enough base there. I think that is good to go. As long as there's not too much red poking through here. A little bit of red I think is fine. All right, we got kind of an owl going here. Get that dry, and then we can flop it over and try to do a bird I've never painted before, which is a vulture, or as we call them here in Southern California, we call them buzzards. I think it's the bird I see the most when I am driving to go visit family in Arizona. It's a superb owl. Oh, I love the What We Do in the Shadows references. Okay, you know what? I was not filming during that entire thing. So the video later when I talk about Aries is not going to have me doing much here. So I'm going to do a little bit more with the filming on, just so I have something. Every once in a while I think I've turned it on and I actually turn it off, and vice versa. Okay. We've got some owl painting. Okay, let's get this one drying. So I have to tell you guys that after the planning live stream, I was talking about the my opportunity to finally get a chance to go to the Blue Bayou restaurant in inside of the Pirates of the Caribbean attraction at Disneyland. A friend of mine was able to join me, and they got a three-day pass for, like, California residents can get a 3-day pass. And so I felt obligated to get another 3-day pass so that I could go their other 2 days with them. Not obligated. I just used it as an excuse to buy another one. I've never seen prices that low in years, so just kind of covering up some of the pencil with my little extra red here. Gonna fix my little errors. And I was saying at the planning stream, if any of you guys were there, that after spring happens, when summer starts happening, I don't go to Disneyland because there's too many summer vacation people, and there's also a lot of grad nights happening and that kind of stuff, and it's just packed. So I was scheduling it's Friday, S-Brock. It's coming up Friday. So yeah, I'm like 2 days from now. I'm so excited. But I was scheduling one of the other days for the 3-day pass, and I ended up picking the very last day the pass was available. May 21st is the last day you could use the pass. So I was like, I'll just pick the last day and make a reservation for that. You have to pick the days ahead of time. And so I later went on to another calendar and it said that was a grad night. So I immediately went back and changed the day because we had just been talking about how grad nights were terrible. Okay, I think that's dry enough to put down. And now we can work on our vulture. Try to remember to turn on the camera. Okay. Let's see, here's our little guy. So he kind of has a white head and kind of really light fur, and then, or feathers, and then it gets darker and darker. So let's see if I can start with white. Alyssa says, how fun. It's spring break here. We are taking our kids to Disney World. We are driving from Alabama. It's the first year we've been able to afford it, and we're so excited to go. How many days are you going to be there, and what parks are you going to see? Okay, then I'm going to do some white with a little bit of brown. It doesn't show up on the camera, but like it does have brown in it. I promise this will be a vulture at some point. I may have gotten too big of a brush here. It's mostly a dark bird, actually. I'm going to get a smaller brush now. This one is too large. Alyssa says we are staying Saturday to Saturday. Oh, nice. That is you can do everything in that amount of time. And we will go to all the parks except the water ones. Sweet. I have to recommend the animal park. Surprisingly, I thought to myself, this is not going to be the best one because we have an animal park in San Diego that's, world renowned. But it's not like I thought. It has attractions and everything. It's not just the animals. And boy, is it a good one. And you can also do like the little drive around safari and see the animals as well. But there's also other attractions. And apparently, I heard the dining there is really good. I've never actually found out for myself. But I haven't been to Walt Disney World in a million years. So I don't know all the stuff going on there. Are you going to be going during anything like the Food and Wine Festival or anything like that? Oh, we got to get some of these darker browns. As Brock says, if you need a break on the way, try the beaches on Okaloosa Island. The address is about 5 minutes from me. Clean, beautiful sugar sand. Ooh, that sounds nice. Why is it focusing on that? That seems weird, doesn't it? I gotta zoom out a little bit. Remove the fixation. I don't know what that was about. One of the things that I found really interesting about Walt Disney World in comparison to Disneyland, because I'm a Southern California native and I've been going to Disneyland all my life, is that at Disneyland you drive in and you drive out and you do the rest of the world. You're in the world. But at Walt Disney World you go in and then you're in the Disney ecosystem and you don't leave it. Everything is Disney, Disney, Disney. They've got you. So it was a little interesting to see how different it was in Florida than it was in Anaheim. We also did the cruise because we went on our honeymoon, and so again, even more inclusive of Disney. And the Disney's cruise takes you to an island that's owned by guess who? That's right, Disney. I promise this is going to be a buzzard at some point. Certainly doesn't look like one right now. Just need a middle brown color. That's what I'm missing. Slow and steady. So let's see if I can make a middle brown color using this brown and some of, I think, white. No. Yeah, that works. Kind of a middle brown. Do these look like legs? I don't know if they do. Okay, we're getting there. It's starting to look like a bird. The only problem is it doesn't really look like these are his legs, does it? I think we have to go in with more dark colors. Alyssa says, I think there might be a flower festival at Epcot, but I haven't checked whether there's anything else happening. Oh, I'm starting to think this looks good. Fluffy feathered leggings, yeah. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do here. You can see his little legs there, his little feet. But we are going to also use, as I was mentioning before, we're going to use some acrylic markers to kind of like fill in the details. So this is the base. Just want to get some of this red on here because I did too much drawing too far down, so I want to kind of cover up all my pencil markings here that I didn't need. It can look like he's on a bloody battlefield looking for his next meal. There we go. There we go. We got a little bit going on here. I'm starting to like it. As Brock says, I could only be tempted to go on a cruise with a lot of Dramamine and arts and crafts. Kestrel 42, welcome. Well, it's a base. Pretty happy with it. I'm going to move all my paints, and then we're going to get out the paint pens and see what we can do with that. Plus we've got to glue on all of our arrows, which I think I'm going to do that with some tweezers so I don't have to try and touch the actual metal while I'm putting the glue on. Time to move all the paint out of the way. these out of the way too, because the camera just wants to focus on whatever's highest. There we go. Oops, I touched. Oh no. I forgot that that was drying because, you know, it was 5 seconds ago, so how could I have remembered? Let's see here. I think I'm going to put the statue in first. That way I can see exactly where the arrows need to go. Usually I put the statue in last, but not today. Running out of glue. Nahasa's here. Hello. Oh, you're fine. There's never any rush. Let's get some glue in here. All right. Sweet. Now we just need to figure out the arrows exactly. This one is a little bit bent. I'm going to find a better one. I think there's some better ones in here. Yeah, that one looks better. There we go. The top 3 are like that. One straight out to the side. And the 2 that are kind of like that. Ooh, I like it. I think it looks cool. And it'll especially look good with this as the little topper. You know, so that'll work. I'm going to use tweezers for this time because it gets hot. Okay, here we go. Oof, maybe those tweezers aren't the best idea. Oh no. Maybe these tweezers aren't the best. Let me try another pair. I have several. No, these are going to be best because the other ones, oh wait, this angled ones might be okay. To pull all these little spider webs off at the end once it's all very dry and cooled down. Not perfectly symmetrical, but I'll take it. Now once this becomes nice and cool, I'll be able to pull off all these spider webs, but while it's still warm, it doesn't really work out that well. They just want to stretch and become worse. I'm glad I didn't try to do the horses, because I'm not very good at drawing horses, and I already did 2 birds, so I think it would have been just too painterly. I like the fact that there's paint on the sides, and then the front is very minimal and dynamic and military. I love watching a good peel. I think I got some paint in the groove here because it doesn't want to go down. Must have some paint in there. Or maybe it was glue. We'll find out. So don't look at all the spidey webs, but this is the general idea. Some of those are inside still, but just ignore that. I love how the front looks. This is crazy. That looks like a battlefield for sure. I really like it. Okay, so now let's get to work on this. Where's our little picture? So I have something to go from. Here we go. I think maybe this might be a little bit too bright. Let's see if I can find a warmer brown here that's not too. There we go. Okay, let's see what other colors we have here. Just some brown random browns. Like, I think this is like a nice random brown. Oh no, it almost comes out pink. That one comes out like almost yellow. It's weird how these browns are so pink. This is supposed to be a Eurasian eagle owl. So this would have been the species that the ancient Greeks would have considered to be one of his sacred animals. Talamita, welcome. If I haven't said hello to anybody. Okay, we've got our little guy here. Whee! Now that looks like a buzzard. Nice. Now I'm happy with that. We'll get some of our eye color here. All right, let's see if we can get some of our lighter color in here. I don't know if this is the right color, but it's definitely a lighter color, but maybe it's not the right color. Let's try one of these. No, that one looks like almost mustard. Yeah, I don't like that. It definitely doesn't look anything like the cap. Stop tricking me. I need my pens to stop tricking me. Do you look like your cat? Yeah, there we go. These were the inexpensive ones too, and they actually are a little bit more accurate to their cap colors. All right, are we happy with this? I am happy with this. Yay, here's our buzzard. I love him. He looks so, I don't know, he has a very big personality. Look at his little face. Now our owl doesn't look as cool now, I think, because the other one had some dark bits to it. So I think that's what I'm going to add here. There we go. We got a little bit more. Something, something. I'm going to put a little bit more around the neck here with these browns once that dries just a bit. There we go. I like him. Hello to Helpful Natural and Heather Smith. Hello. So just to recap, because just a couple people came in 2 seconds ago, this is our vulture, which is an animal sacred to Aries because it was often found on a battlefield. And our eagle owl. And then here is our front. We've got a shield and some arrows on the top here. And then we've got Aries with his bright shining armor. And we've put some more arrows inside, and we've got our kind of red with burgundy to indicate the blood of the battlefield. Just needs a little bit of extra work on getting some of the spider webs out. Need to put the little doohickey on the back as well. I don't know why, but sometimes the less expensive pens are the ones that actually work out the best. So yeah, I've definitely got to get those spider webs out. But other than that, this baby's done. Get my so it's 5 inches, so 2.5 is the middle. Inca says, helpful, natural, oh my God, snow. Meanwhile, today's temp maxed out at 96 in Eagle Rock. It's 93 here right now. It is bonkers hot where I'm at. Helpful says, has anyone seen the new The Bride movie? No, I haven't. Have you seen it? What can you tell me? While we talk about that, I think I'm going to pull this back off. Man, it really got in there, didn't it? Okay, I won't pull it off right now then. Just wanted to get all these little spidey webs off. Most of the spider webs are inside though. Helpful says, it's the Bride of Frankenstein. Saw it yesterday. It's awesome. My face is in the glass. Inca says, I have to wait until 8 or 9 p.m. to work in the garage, and the candles are my best sellers right now. Go figure. Because if you work on your candles earlier than that, they are too melty? Is that why you wait so late? Look at that spider web in there. Yeah, this, once I pushed this down, it like absolutely cemented it. So there we go. All right, I think we've got this nearly done. There's somebody who has had a long career and doesn't really look that much older than, I think Christian Bale is definitely looks younger than his years. Am I missing any? Got a little bit right there. It's too hot in the garage and the wax will set, but unstable cooling conditions affect the votives. Okay. you're doing science. Trying to get a repeatable outcome. I think this one is ready to ship. So if you're interested in purchasing this for your altar, check out my Etsy shop. There's a link in the description. And let me just check real fast because I did hear like a ding dong sound. So if somebody purchased this, then I'll let you know right now. Oh no, wait, I have to sign in. Oh my goodness, I have to sign in. Let me see. Oh, I'm sorry. This one is sold out. Just, I think it sold during the live stream. So thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry you cannot purchase it. Really like the way this turned out. And I love the vulture. Look at his face. He's seen some shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, I like it. Oops, I navigated away from chat to look at my Etsy shop. What is everybody saying? Okay. It's a great problem to have. Very warlike. Yes, I love the martial quality of this and the way the colors came out. The red looks very much like coagulated blood in the corners where I like made the corners a little darker. Yeah. I think we've got our final product here. Yep. Well, when you go to the battlefield to find your next meal, you probably have seen a lot. Karen tries. Welcome, welcome. I hope I didn't miss anybody else. Well, you guys, we have finished our shrine, and I am going to leave you for the evening. I hope you guys had a fun St. Patty's Day if you celebrate. I know a lot of witches don't get into that one. But if you do, I hope you had a great day yesterday, and I hope that on Friday you have an amazing spring equinox and Ostara. I will be at Disneyland celebrating with the pink flowers and the baby ducks and the flowering trees and a very, very special lunch with some very, very special people. So I will leave you with that. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on the flippity flop.